August 7, 1964. Inside the grand chambers of the United States Capitol, the wheels of political history turned with terrifying speed. Riding a wave of national anxiety following the disputed naval incidents in the Gulf of Tonkin just days prior, the U.S. Congress moved to vote on a fateful piece of legislation. With near-unanimous, overwhelming support, lawmakers officially passed the Gulf of Tonkin Resolution. The resolution was a bipartisan landslide, sweeping through the House of Representatives with a perfect vote of 416-0 and clearing the Senate with a decisive 88-2. It granted President Lyndon B. Johnson the sweeping constitutional authority to take all necessary measures to repel any armed attack against the forces of the United States and to prevent further aggression. Though not a formal constitutional declaration of war, it served as the functional equivalent. In a single afternoon, the resolution fundamentally transformed the American role in Southeast Asia, escalating the United States' involvement from a localized role of sending military advisors to launching a massive, full-scale deployment of active combatants into the jungles of Vietnam. Fully grasp how American foreign policy shifted so abruptly, we must analyze the legislative mechanics and calculating political maneuvers behind the resolution. The speed with which Congress acted was not an accident. It was the result of a meticulously prepared strategy by the White House. Declassified documents have since revealed that the Johnson administration had drafted the language of the resolution months before the Gulf of Tonkin incident ever occurred. They were simply waiting for the right geopolitical catalyst to present it to Congress. When reports of the ambiguous August 4th ghost attack reached Washington, the administration seized the moment, using the sudden crisis to fast-track a long-desired military expansion in Southeast Asia. In 1964, Washington was deeply gripped by the Domino Theory, the unshakable belief that if South Vietnam fell to communism, the rest of Asia would collapse like a row of dominoes. Congress was told that an immediate, unified stance of strength was the only way to deter communist aggression. Lawmakers who questioned the hazy intelligence reports were labeled unpatriotic or soft on communism. By framing the resolution as a temporary measure to protect American sailors, the administration secured what historians now call the blank check, a sweeping grant of war-making power handed over to the executive branch without any built-in expiration date or geographic limitations. Armed with the unlimited power of the Tonkin Gulf Resolution, the consequences for the United States presidency and the war itself were immediate and catastrophic. President Johnson no longer needed to ask Congress for permission or funding hikes for individual military operations. He possessed the unilateral authority to wage war at his own discretion. What followed was a rapid, exponential buildup of military forces. In late 1964, there were roughly 23,000 American military personnel in Vietnam. By 1965, that number skyrocketed as regular combat troops landed on the beaches of Da Nang. By 1968, over 500,000 American soldiers were deployed to the combat zone. The broad, unchecked authorization of the resolution allowed the executive branch to steadily expand the conflict, launching massive bombing campaigns like Operation Rolling Thunder and spreading the war into neighboring Laos and Cambodia. Yet, despite the overwhelming deployment of technological and military might, the conflict rapidly ground down into a devastating, brutal quagmire. The blank check had trapped the United States in an open-ended war of attrition with no clear exit strategy, leading to a mounting body count, massive social polarization at home, and an irreversible tragedy that would tear the fabric of American society apart. Decades after the last American troops left Saigon, the Gulf of Tonkin Resolution remains a classic, cautionary example of what political scientists refer to as the imperial presidency. It stands as a pivotal historical case study in how the balance of power within a democracy can dangerously tip toward a single branch of government during times of manufactured or real crisis. By willingly signing away its constitutional right to declare war, Congress fundamentally altered its relationship with the White House regarding war powers. They realized far too late that they had surrendered their most vital check on executive authority. This profound legislative regret eventually sparked a fierce constitutional battle to reclaim that lost power. In 1973, as the Vietnam War was winding down, Congress fought back by passing the War Powers Act over a presidential veto. This landmark law was a direct, explicit attempt to fix the mistakes of August 7, 1964.
It mandated that a president must consult Congress before deploying troops abroad, and strictly limited any unauthorized military action to a 60-day window. The shadow of the Tonkin Resolution continues to loom over every modern congressional debate regarding military interventions in the Middle East and beyond, serving as a permanent warning about the dangers of unchecked executive power.
The passage of the Gulf of Tonkin Resolution on August 7, 1964, was a definitive threshold moment for 20th century American policy and global governance. It illustrated with absolute clarity how a single legislative decision made in a state of panic and based on unverified intelligence can set off a chain reaction that alters the course of human history and costs millions of lives. As we reflect on this critical chapter of the Vietnam War era, we are forced to confront constitutional questions that remain intensely relevant in our modern world. How do you assess the delicate balance between presidential agility in a fast-moving crisis and the necessity of strict congressional oversight? Can a democratic society truly remain free and transparent if its leaders are granted blank checks for military actions without thorough public debate and rigorous checks and balances? We want to hear your analytical insights, historical perspectives, and viewpoints on this vital topic. Please share your thoughts and join the discussion in the comments section below. If you found this detailed exploration of war powers and Cold War history valuable, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with fellow history buffs, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you'll join our community for regular, immersive deep dives into the powerful stories, hidden political maneuvers, and world-changing conflicts that continue to shape the world we live in today. Thank you so much for watching. Keep questioning the past, and we will see you in the next chapter of history.